corner already. You're kidding me.
Hi everyone, Elite Assassin here, and welcome to the Road to the Master Chief Collection. Today I'm focusing on Halo 2 Anniversary. Now, first off, I wanted to correct a mistake in my last video. In the last video I said, when your shields come back, your health recharges also, and this is not correct. When your shields recharge, any health damage you've taken will still be there. So, that's kind of a good thing to know. So, unlike Halo C, you can't see your health meter, so you just gotta kind of be aware of how many shots you've taken and know your risk going into battle. I'd like to thank Elementary for pointing that out to me. I know you said you were being nitpicky in your comments, but I'd rather people be nitpicky so I can correct myself and put the right information out there. Now, moving on to Halo 2 Anniversary. When it comes to the campaign part of Halo 2 Anniversary, all you have to do is hit a button to switch between Classic and the Anniversary mode. In the Anniversary mode, we have fancier, nicer, updated graphics, running at 60 frames a second, and almost 1080p. So, not quite 1080p, but almost. Also, all the sounds have been re-recorded, and there's a new soundtrack. Due to conflicts, some of the licensed songs could not be used for the Halo 2 Anniversary, and they had to get new songs done. So, like I said before, if you're a fan of Benjamin's Blow Me Away, you can only hear it on the classic mode. Also, it's important to note that the cutscenes have been redone, and there are kind of additional cutscenes added in that kind of tie the time between Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians together. That will be definitely important to know about if you plan on getting Halo 5 Guardians. Whichever game the Master Chief Collection, I'm not quite sure why you wouldn't be. And it's also very important to note that you cannot switch cutscenes once they start. If you're playing Classic, the cutscene you're going to watch will be the Classic cutscene. If you're watching Anniversary, the cutscene you're going to see is Anniversary. You can't switch when the cutscene starts. So be aware of that before you get to a part where there's going to be a cutscene. And if you don't know where they are, and you want to know the story between Halo 4 and Halo 5, stick to Anniversary. It'll be the much better option there. I personally can't wait to see what they did and how this game will look with the updated graphics. I'll tell you that much. Now, Halo 2 Anniversary, when it comes to multiplayer, is not as extensive as its classic counterpart, and this is where people get a little bit confused. Whereas the classic has the I think it was 20 some maps in the map pool there, Halo 2 Anniversary has an additional 6 maps, which are remakes of the Halo 2 classic maps. And I'm going to get into each of the maps and their special dynamic event a little later, but first I want to kind of go over some differences in the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer. Obviously, the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer looks a lot nicer. It runs on a new Xbox One engine that is unique to this game. It's not going to be used for Halo 1 Guardians. It's just kind of its own thing. Now, when you play the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, this was shown on stream today that there are kill cams and set loadouts. Now, I'm not sure, they didn't really confirm if these are going to be, on the multiplayer side or the online multiplayer part, but there are definitely options you can toggle on and off in custom games, so you're not forced with them. They're, you can toggle them off, and it's just good to know that they are there. Also, they added some weapons into the Halo 2 sandbox. Originally, the assault rifle was not there, and now it's added in, so we have a good medium-ranged weapon. Also, the suppressed SMG makes a return from Halo ODST, and it's the first time they're going to be in multiplayer, and they are dual-wieldable, so that's pretty cool. Also, the speed boost power from Halo 4 makes its appearance, so it should be interesting to see how that works, along with the overshield and the active camo. They also decided to make a new vehicle for this, and it's called the Gun Goose, and it looks like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how it is, and maybe, go right around, I was going to say coagulation, but bloodline, and see how it maneuvers and hopefully get some kills with it. Definitely should make flag matches on Coag a lot more interesting. Sorry, bloodline. It's going to take a while for me to get used to calling the new maps by their actual names. Also, speaking of bloodline, they added the Halo 3 Hornet with some tweaks onto that map, and I'm very excited for that because I really like the Hornet, so it should be very interesting to see how that works. Now, when it comes to the 6 remastered maps, they are as follows with their dynamic element. We see Coagulation, which I've been screwing up the name with for the past few minutes, come back as Bloodline. Now, Bloodline's dynamic element is an EMP on each base, and the EMP basically disables all friendly and enemy vehicles for half of the map. So, basically, from blue base to the middle of the map, it'll extend, and from red base to the middle of the map. So, it's definitely very powerful dynamic element, and one that we have to hope that dumb teammates don't activate and end up screwing your team over with. That's for sure. The next map is a remake of Lockout, which is called Lockdown. And this map has kind of 2 dynamic elements actually on it. The glass on the middle of the floor in top mid is breakable and it will come back over time. And also there are 3 icicles on the map. They are located above BR Tower, top mid, and Sniper Tower. Shoot these and also an icicle crashing down on the opponents below. You can get kills with this element, and it can kind of help break setups so you can get back in the game. Not sure how I feel about this one either. I definitely only time will tell how it works in matchmaking. The next map is a remake of Sanctuary called Shrine. Now the dynamic element on this map is definitely less intrusive than the last 2. Basically, there are 2 red buttons on the roof of each base, or on that roof, the ceiling of each base, that when you shoot them, the waterfall will come down, blocking line of sight to the base and out of the base. So this can be used for, flag runs and such. You can still shoot through them, so it's not like a bubble shield where it blocks bullets. All it really does is break line of sight. So of all the ones mentioned, I definitely think this one is the least game-changing and definitely bothers me least of all of them, except maybe Stone Towns. And hey, it's a good segue into Stone Town. Stone Town is the remake of Zanzibar, and we just really got a good look at it on Monday from IGN. Now, from what I could see, the only thing they really did is they changed where in Halo 2 there was a button you have to press to open the gates and stuff. They changed it to a button you can now shoot from range to bring the gate down. And they also added a bridge that extends from the base to the wheel on top of the other kind of bridge on the opposite side of the wheel from the seawall. So this map already had dynamic elements into it and was really the main map with dynamic elements. So it's cool to see them not add anything else to it and just kind of change how the original element worked. Next up we have Warlord, which is the remake of the Halo 2 map Warlock, which is a remake of the Halo 1 map Wizard. This map features no dynamic element, which I think is pretty cool, but features the power weapon, the Sentinel Beam, in a new beefed up form. As I said in my last video, the Halo 2 version of Sentinel Beam is really kind of crappy, but the Halo 2 Anniversary version actually does seem like a pretty good power weapon, and it'll be located on bottom mid. The final map that's remade for Halo 2 Anniversary is the remake of the map Ascension, which will be called Zenith. This map's dynamic element is a giant bubble shield that will appear in the middle dish area, which can be activated from 3 points on the map. The only 2 I really know of are the main base and the little catwalk in between Banshee and the main base. The third one I'm not quite sure where it is yet, so actually I don't think they've really shown that to us yet, so it should be interesting to see where that's located. I'd assume the other tower or maybe down by rockets. Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you learned something new about Halo Anniversary. Halo 2 anniversary. I also wanted to kind of bring up the fact that IGN had a live stream today, and they definitely showed some different games, how the multiplayer looked, some modes, and they definitely some really interesting choices like rockets and race and such. There definitely were no competitive settings play, but it definitely was worth a watch just to see how the older games like Halo CE, Halo 3, Halo 2 looked, in their base forms, and they all looked like they played very well. But it's also worth noting that all of the maps in the loading screen have a map overview, which is a really cool and really great feature that I thought was only going to be introduced to the Halo 2 anniversary maps, but it looks like I was wrong. Every map from every game gets this treatment, which is really, really cool, and will really help players learn the maps better, and I'm really glad to see this implemented. Also, at the end of this match here, you're going to be seeing some gameplay. It's the last match me and my friend played, and this is actually not a very good representation of the match. The first time we played it, it was 5-4. My friend Nightmare won, but I didn't record it. I thought I hit the button and it didn't read it. So we redid the match like 2 to 3 more times, and like an idiot, for some reason, only this one recorded. Basically, he won the first match in a very close one. The next match, I believe, is the one you're seeing now, and they all kind of went back and forth. So, I just don't want to show like, oh man, look, I really, embarrassed my friend. Not quite the point. He actually won the original one 5-4, and this one just definitely didn't go his way, as the rest of them also didn't either. So, hopefully you enjoy these 2 gameplays here, and hopefully you're enjoying this series. I'll be back Friday with my take on glitches in Halo multiplayer, and the video is going to be me trying to do them, so it should be funny to watch me fail at that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching so much, and have a good week.
Game over.